Welcome! Welcome to my condo tour. Next tour naman, kala mo ang laki, di ba? But this is the hallway toward the entrance of my home, my sanctuary. Ito ay common area, hindi po ito akin. But because I have an overflow of artwork, I collect art. So I asked permission if I could hang my collection in the gallery, and pinayagan naman ako, as well as also the owner of the other unit here. Gustong-gusto ko to kasi do not block the driveway. Wala namang driveway, pero tapos nakalagay dyan Supreme. So it's a play on yung mga naging tatak na mga famous labels, tas linagay sa hollow blocks. I like the wit of it. People ask me, bakit ka ba nagko-collect ng art? I just love the creative process of the artist. At saka, I like being surrounded by art. Kaya sa blank wall, alam mo, when you look at, for instance, this painting, it doesn't look the same every day. And you discover many things about it. Kunyari, bakit ba napaka-thick nung paint dito as compared to here? I like this work. Ito kinommission ko kasi it's also about media, television, radio. Actually, can you tell? Ako ito. Feeling ko lahat yan luha. It's actually lace and thread ang ginamit ng artist dito. And then that is based on my face. You will see the likeness if you go afar. Wala, parang nakakatuwa lang. Nakakatuwa lang, yun lang. It's, I guess, food for the soul. Tama ba? Napakalalim, no? Pero, it brings joy, I can say. Ito, ang bantay ng bahay, Babaylan, made by Geraldine Javier. It's actually what they call a toy. They call it a toy. Parang bridge siya from collecting yung mahal, and then mas approachable to collectors kasi they make several pieces of this. So this is the door to my home. Shall we go in? Welcome! So ito na, ang entrance to my home. An artwork by Patty Eustaquio, a Virgin Mary. Gustong-gusto ko to na walang... Usually sa altar may damit yan, pero dito, nakahubad siya. Merong ivory hands and ivory head. And then this is the living room. Hello, Mishka! One of my 5 Shibas, the youngest. Gustong-gusto. Sila talaga ang actually masters of this house. Di na ako nakontento sa limang aso. May isa pang aso dito. So if I have a Mother Mary, meron akong bulol, who's also kind of protecting the house. Ito talaga, di ba, they offer in the Cordillera, they offer, when they have a good harvest, nag-offer sila ng blood ng pig. And then pinaliliguan yan. Kaya maraming, it's caked. Actually, may patina to kasi pinaliliguan nila ng dugo ng food offering nila to the god. This is like, I don't know, I hope over 100 years old maybe. And this was made specially for that space by Bernie Paking. Fan siya ni Cy Twombly, who's a very famous artist, and this is his homage. So yan, hindi naman po kalakihan, kaya lang nga, ang maganda is when you look out, you see this wide expanse of openness. So feeling mo, wala ka sa condo. Feeling mo you're not cooped up in a small space. Even if really the space is small, kung iisipin. And Where are the doggies? Hello, say hello, come here. That's Haruko hiding under, and Dimka. Oh! Ayan, itong work na to, hindi ko yan kinomission. This is by Bogie Ruiz from a show Ayokong Ma-in-Love sa Newscaster. Nanonood siya ng mga newscast. So, iba-ibang anchors ang pinaint niya. Pinky was there. I think somebody from CNN. Ginger Conejero, I think. And it's inspired by my abduction. So, kung titignan nyo, may mga M203 na mga bala, ganyan. Kasi nga when I was abducted, tapos may yellow ribbon because, they were awaiting my return. Tapos I was smoking at that time. Tapos may hawak akong Eskinol kasi sabi ko yung Abu Sayyaf. There was one particular Abu Sayyaf member na may yung very vain siya, mahabang buhok, nag-eskinol ng muka, so linagay niya. Tapos may mga, yung mga marka ng Chris, these are yung mga scrolls na yon, mark of the culture in the South, parang mga tausug, artifacts, ganun. Yeah. I forgot the title, pero sabi niya parang, I will get it, parang living on the edge, something like that. Kasi I pushed myself to the edge by following that story na talagay sa panganib ang buhay ko. I thought I would die actually sa nangyaring yun. So yung lesson is, no story is worth dying for. So many, mga kapwa ko reporters learned from my experience. Good thing I came out safe. These are some of our books from different parts, different periods of my life. And look at this, Bigay ni Julius. I gave him one of the Shiba, si Dimka, had nanganak, tapos binigyan ko si Julius, ito yung binigay niya sa akin, which is true. A house is not a home without a Shiba Inu. Family picture, cap of my dad, who was in the military. Tapos ito, punong-puno ng kung ano-anong artwork pa rin. So the dining table has become my work from home or workstation, workspace, whatever you call it. I don't like to do it in my room kasi parang gusto ko dun sa room talagang parang you're just really relaxing and chilling out. So this has become the office. This is what people see when I do my Kumu live streaming, when I do Zoom. I like to be surrounded pa rin by plants. So there's a plant beside me and behind me. And minsan, ang dami kong gadgets dito that we have to move when it's time to eat, haakbang lang akong ganyan. Tadyan! Time to have lunch. So, in a way, things are easier, I suppose, compared to before dahil hindi ka na kailangan magkotse, hindi ka na kailangan bumiyahe, is 2 hakbang, nandun ka na sa cafeteria, kumbaga. Ito ang nagpabili sa akin sa condo na to because you have a feeling that you're not actually living in a condo. When you enter and see this space, it's like you're in a house. So, ang gusto ko, 9 years na tong garden na to, tas unti-unti kong dinadagdagan. Ang gusto ko, mga herbs and plants na pwede mong kainin, pwedeng ilagay sa pagkain para oras na gusto mo ng salad, kukunin mo lang dito. A couple of kangkong, Napakadali nitong patubuin. Lalagay mo lang yung seeds, tubo na siya. This is really a source of pride. Ang hirap magpatubo ng rosemary. Look at this. Oh, look! Malapit na nating i-harvest ito. Tomatoes, di ba? Napakaganda ng feeling na yung ikaw mismo ang nagtanim, ikaw ang kakain, galing sa sarili mong kamay. Irreplaceable yung feeling. You know, there's something about being surrounded by the concrete jungle, you know, glass, building, cement, concrete, and then look, there's a tomato plant. It's such an oasis. That's my feeling about my garden. Parang surrounded ka by nature despite being in the middle of a metropolis, of a busy, bustling metropolis. So nakakatuwa. It's such a source of calm, serenity, and yet, you know, hindi naman, and yet energy at the same time. You get energy from nature. Sustenance, yan. What I like are all these edibles that also are decorative, like this gabi over here. Hindi ba ang ganda rin tignan? Tapos, bubungkalin mo lang yan, merong pangsigang ka na. This one is tarragon. You can make it a tea. I also infuse alcohol with this. Ang bango-bango. It has a lemony smell. Calamansi, I've had this for a long time. Siguro may 8 years na. Ayan, no? Diba? Kunyari, gusto nyo magpiga sa pansit or whatever, kukunin mo lang sa garden. Di ka kailangan bumili sa palengke. More kangkong mixed with basil. Oh, another source of joy is this laurel. Yung linalagay sa adobo, eto yon. Can you imagine, meron akong fresh, binibili nyo lang sa grocery ito ng tuyo. Nung binili ko to, ganyang kaliit lang. And look at that. Tinatry naming i-market kasi gusto kong ibigay sa chefs, kay JP Anglo actually, na gusto ko siyang bigyan ng seedling. And this bonsai, hindi ako masyadong magaling mag-bonsai, but this was a gift to me when I turned 50 from Gabi Lopez. Gabi, look at this plant. Minsan my best ideas come from here, from looking out at the view. You can see actually Laguna de Bay and Manila Bay here. So, naiisip mo parang ang liit-liit lang pala ng Manila in a way because from this vantage point, I can see Laguna de Bay and Manila Bay bordering the city. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Ces and the City. Marami po kaming plano pa na sa mga susunod na episode. Please don't forget to subscribe, to comment, to like, and to share. See you again next time!